Do you have these 5 bank accounts for your business? Today I'm breaking down 5 bank accounts that every nurse practitioner entrepreneur should have for business success. In fact, stick around for number 4 because it's a game changer. I'm Dakota Grady, the accounting and tax doctor, and I'm all about helping you to transform your business finances by overcoming common bookkeeping and tax pitfalls so that you can have success in your business. Now let's get into it. All right, so you're in business, and I want to know, do you have a bank account set up for your business? Drop it in the chat if you don't, and tell me why as well. Today we're going to break down the 5 accounts that every nurse practitioner entrepreneur should have. In fact, the first one is a checking account. That's right, y'all. A simple checking account so that all income and expenses can go in and out of the account. Now, you may be asking, Dakota, I have one. Great, but not everyone has a bank account set up for the business. In fact, some entrepreneurs are operating their business on their personal accounts. All right, wrong answer. Because what you want to do is have an account specifically set up for business so you won't commingle your funds. That means you're using your personal account for business. Now, it's fine if you have a business bank account and using the money that you pay yourself, transfer from business to personal to pay for personal expenses, but don't use your personal account to pay for business expenses. That's a no-no because it makes it harder for your bookkeeper or your accounting professional to do bookkeeping because it makes things mucky and muddy. So you want to make sure you have a checking account set up specifically for business income and expenses going in and coming out of the account. So you're tired of paying taxes to the IRS every year and always feel like you work hard and can't keep your money when it comes to your business? I got you covered. I got a free resource for you. 10 tax secrets that can help you to save money in your business and not pay all your hard-earned income to the IRS. Drop in the chat below taxes, and I'll send you the free resource today. The second one account you need is a savings account. Simple account that you need to operate your business because you want to have savings for rainy days for your business. You want to have savings for things you want to purchase in the future for your business. Maybe you're purchasing equipment, software, or maybe even expecting to hire a team. But the whole point is to have a savings account. I recommend having a high yield savings account because if you're going to have money sitting in a bank, make sure you get at least 3, maybe 4 or 5% on your money. Now, that account is only for savings. It's not for you to use to go splurge. You want to use it for your business, for any emergencies you have, and also for business growth and making purchases of assets. Third account you need is a tax account. Now, what do you mean by that, Dakota? You need an account to pay your quarterly taxes, right? Now, quarterly taxes are due 15th of April, June, September, and January of the next year. So to prepare for quarterly estimates, what I recommend doing is if you're making $1,000 or more in your business, and this is income minus your expenses, and your income is net income, that is $1,000, you want to withhold at least 25% for taxes, federal taxes, and Social Security, Medicare, or FICA, or self-employment tax. Every quarter, you want to send the IRS at least 25% toward your tax liability that you owe at the end of the year. Because if you're making money in your business and you're not doing quarterly estimates, you'll more likely have a lot of income and a lot of liability. And the offset of that liability would be no taxes because you wouldn't have sent the IRS any money. But if you do quarterly estimates that you keep in that account, when it comes time to pay them, you can pay it quarterly or just put the money aside and then pay it at the end of the year. It's all up to you. It's better recommended to pay it quarterly just to get it done instead of paying it all at the end of the year. The next account I recommend getting is a tithe account. That's right, a tithe account. I'm a follower of Christ, so I believe in tithing. Now, I use the tax account and tithe account as the same account, but you can do it as a separate one because you want to make sure, for me as a follower of Christ, you're honoring God with your finances. Now, some people may do it, some people may not do it. I like to tithe on the gross, which is my gross income. Now, some people may do the net income. It just depends on what you believe. I believe God wants the best, the 10% off top, not just 10% after you paid everybody else. So I recommend doing, if you do tithing, have an account specifically set up for tithing so that you can make sure that you're honoring God with your business and personal finances. The next account you need to have is simple. It's easy. You need a personal bank account set up, right? Now, earlier I mentioned that people may be using their personal accounts for business, and I recommend not doing it because it makes things unclear when it comes to your taxes and your bookkeeping as well. So you want to have a separate personal account set up for you and your personal income. So you're making money in your business, I recommend transferring any payments you pay yourself from your business account, transfer it out to the personal account. Do a personal or an owner's draw, basically. If you have a single member LLC, it's more complex, I should say, if you have, not really complex, but it's different if you are having an S corporation and you are the owner. At that point, you have to pay yourself as an employee, but that's a different topic for discussion. But the whole point is you want to pay yourself from your business account and transfer the money to the personal account. That's simple, y'all. Here's a bonus one for you. Some people may have a payroll checking account too, specifically for payroll. So what they'll do is they have money transferred from the checking account and the business account to the payroll account to cover payroll for wages for their team members, and also the payroll taxes, withholdings, basically, right? Cover all the expenses that you have to do with regards to payroll. Now, with that, you'll have to reconcile or have your bookkeeper or accountant reconcile that account for you, make sure it's up to date. I recommend doing the payroll account, but if you want to keep things separate from the regular checking account, feel free to. It's just another option for you to be more organized when it comes to your business finances. So I hope this episode was powerful. It's short, sweet, to the point, and also valuable to you. So I recommend ask you to comment, like, share, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for joining us, y'all.